Hello Facebook people, I'm Konstantinos, and today we're going to discuss about the Black Friday period, how it went for my campaigns, and some more information. So this was the Black Friday, the most crazy Black Friday that I have ever seen. It makes total sense. It's the first Black Friday that we have in a normal period without all this COVID stuff, and I can tell you that from the data that I have seen, it's the craziest Black Friday by far. People have spent so much money. It's a new record, especially in the United States. Sadly, the good offers exist in Black Friday in the United States. I know it from the business owners that I work with. In my country, these clever devils, look what they do. They are selling something for 20. 30 days before, they bump up the price to 40, and then they do a Black Friday sale 50% to sell it again 20. You little devils. So the actual Black Friday happened on United States. In most of the other countries, this is not Black Friday, this is a joke. But I'm having this feeling always after the Black Friday has ended. Of course, a relief because it's too much workload and stuff, so many things to do. But another thing that I'm thinking always is that I should have spent more. And I'm having always this feeling after the Black Friday period. And there are some accounts that this year I feel like I have spent as much as I could. There is one account with spending limit, for example, that I couldn't spend more. I will show you all that. But there are other accounts that I didn't expect them to go that well, so I should have spent more. And this is always the feeling that I have. The next year I go and I spend more to these accounts, but again, it's not enough, and so on and so on. Which is actually a problem because for a person like me, which is so experienced with Facebook and not being afraid to play with bigger budgets and stuff, Black Friday is something that a lot of times my expectations are being exceeded by a lot. And I don't understand how I can measure that. But even like this, my customers, my clients are actually happy. I'm happy with the results. So let's go to my PC to show you my results. So let's see some of my accounts over here that I have picked to show you for the Black Friday period. In this ad account, we can see that from the period 1 to 15th, for those that you don't know, I had a previous video that I was explaining how we're going to have this Black Friday strategy. And the strategy is that we were going to start out from the 15th up to the Black Friday period so that we can keep some evergreen campaigns for later. I also have a video about the Christmas strategy that I'm explaining how this is working also. So from the 1st to 15th over here, we're having 33K. I don't know when this video is going to be aired, but this is the account that the agency took over, and I did take it over after close to the Black Friday period to do the strategy. And they were spending 33K. By the way, these are my campaigns here, these are their campaigns, 0.98 and 7, and these are mine. As I told you, they did one retargeting and one very big testing campaign. So they were spending 33K. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's going to be a future video about how this agency ruined this ad account and the owner gave it back to me. Over here, I took it on the 15th. So if we go from the 15th to the 30th, we're going to see that we're having 105K spent. So we scaled 3 times more the budget for this period. Very good solid results, 3.7, 3.8, 3.2, 4.8, some fails here and there, but on the scale campaigns we did very well. Let's go to another account. Of course, here I'm not going to go into details with all the strategies. I'm using all of my strategies, guys, okay? Stack localize, crazy method, everything. If you are new to the channel, go and check all of these things if you want to have this kind of results. Another startup business. They were spending 376. I'm going to show you a mix of accounts, small and big ones. So 376 spent over here, 0.79 Black Friday period. I'm taking the account. They didn't have any success. 1.86, 4.3K spent, very good scaling. Now what we're going to do with this ad account, it's a new ad account, of course, with a new pixel. What we will try to do is that all of this data that we took, we will try to do lookalikes, we will try to see if we will maintain a healthy spend after that, so on. This is also a very good period for businesses that are actually legit and they have some good proof of concept to actually kickstart them through the Black Friday period so that they can start having sales. If you miss this opportunity, sorry, but Black Friday is an ideal period for that. And this is startup, and this is how a lot of times we're kickstarting businesses who are having new pixels and stuff. Of course, the 1.86 is not enough over here, and we want to go to higher ROAS, especially in this kind of spending, but it's a very good start. People that they are starting now and they are struggling with their pixels, they will understand exactly what I mean. So this is one more complex account. It's an account that I'm managing for several months now. I'm having very good results with it. We can see that from the 1 to the 15th, my results are very good, solid results, 83, okay, and I'm going to go down even 2.5, 2.9, and here some testing also that it failed, but as you can see here, we are having very good ROAS with volume and everything. And of course, in this account, I'm having a second tab in order to show you the one-day attribution manual bidding that I'm running from the 1st to the 15th, 2.97, 18.8k spent. Then I scaled my manual bidding in this account, which is actually working. If you don't know what is the manual bidding, you should go check my video about that. And this is actually a very good opportunity for me to show you that what I'm teaching is that you should use all of these different methods and see where they're working. In this account, I'm using a lot the manual bidding because it's working. It doesn't matter why, but it's working. So maybe in some accounts, the stack lookalikes is going to work. In other accounts, the crazy method, it doesn't matter. So here, 4 ROAS, 44k spent with the break-even ROAS of this account is 2.5, just so you know. And then we are having here 83k spent, and I scaled to 181k. So for this, we spent total of 258k for the whole month of November, but of course we did the scaling from the 15th to the 30th. Here we're using several different methods again. What I want to point out here is that we had this stupid situation. You can see here 20k. You can see here 20k. Of course, I notified the owner that here we are having a hidden spend limit. I'm going to do a whole separate video about the spend limit and how and what you can do and why it's bad to have it. But I was scaling here. I could scale the account more, that's for sure. But the spending limit actually stopped me, and I wasn't able to scale more. I think that I could take this account to 350k if I had the opportunity, but as you can understand, limiting me to 20k when I can spend 50k per day in this account, it's an extremely problematic situation for me. I had to scale down. I will explain in another video why. But I have seen spending limits of 20, 30k, 50k, but the 20k I consider it very low. The reason that Facebook is doing that is because they don't want you by mistake, for example, when you're changing the budget to put 1 million and Facebook is going to spend 1 million, so they have these hidden limits. The only way to lift them is to contact the customer support, and they are going to lift it for you to higher numbers if you want to spend more. Another reason is if your account gets hacked, they don't want you to have a very big spending limit. It's like the banks and the cards that you're having, so that if something happens and someone hacks your account, they will not be able to do very expensive ads. So here we're having the situation of this 20k limit, which actually stopped me. I could have done much better in scaling. But yeah, this is another successful account, and it went pretty well. Another account in United States, again, I'm having this account for a long period, a lot of different strategies, a lot of Advantage Plus over here, and a lot of different creatives. 47k for 5.48 return on ad spend from the 1st to the 15th, from the 15th to the 30th. 7 ROAS, we increased the ROAS and we increased also the spend almost to double. 87k spent here. The total spend for the month over here, it's 131k, 6.4. It's the actual result. What did we do the previous month? The previous month we were on 87k, So this month now we did much better, we scaled the account, and of course we will try to maintain now this high spend for the Christmas period. And let's go to the brother account of this one, which is the company that is running the ads in the United Kingdom. So this month in total we spent 53k, but from the 1st to the 15th we spent 16k with 13 ROAS. Of course here the ROAS are going to drop most probably. Okay, and we're having 8 ROAS by spending 40k. Of course, I can tell you that I took this account the previous month, so this month is my scaling month with this account. The ROAS of course is going to drop, there is no scaling without ROAS. The point is that it's better to spend 50k, 40k with, what was the total over here actually? It's better to have 9.29 ROAS and 53k spent instead of having 15 ROAS and 10k spent, okay? So this is also what, it's also in discussion with the owner on what they want, what kind of growth they want, what kind of growth their investors want. The businesses have completely different needs. There are going to be businesses that they will need 20 ROAS to operate, okay? Who knows? But it's up to the client what they want and what they're asking from you. So this is also a very good success story account and how it worked. Let's go to see more. Okay, the reason I want to show you this account is this. So from the 1 to the 15th, we are having 1.38. Actually, the account owner wants to spend only 3k. This is his budget, it doesn't matter why. So very good results over here. Their break-even ROAS is on 1.5, but they don't want to spend more. On the period of Black Friday, I convinced them to spend more, and this is one of the accounts that I was telling on the starting that I could have spent much more here, okay? But the account owner didn't let me because they want to stay within their budget. They don't have more money, okay? So every business has its own things. But look, here we're having almost 2k spent, and we're having this crazy ROAS of 11 and 5. We could have spent much more. We could have gotten more clients and all of that. So it's pity just because you are afraid or whatever to not spend in the Black Friday period, or even in a normal period that you are having this kind of results, because you are leaving so much money on the table. Let's go to the next one. Okay, and let's go to see one last one. This last one is actually also a new account with a new pixel. It's one of the rare cases that it worked actually pretty well. So if we see from 1 to the 15th, we were having 0 spent over here, nothing. And then I did my magic, and we have a spend of 10.7k, 2.22 ROAS, very good results for a new pixel. Also, it's profitable because our break even is on 1.8. Very good positive feedback from the account owner also, and I'm going to continue working to increase it more and more and more. I think that's enough to get an idea of what happened on the Black Friday. For me, it was one of the most stressful Black Fridays because it was a lot of workload, but it was also super rewarding because I had such good accounts with big budgets and scaling and everything. And of course there are more that I cannot show because of NDAs that I have signed. So these are my results from the Black Friday period. I hope that you liked the video. Don't forget that if you want to learn more about Facebook ads, you can check my book or my free course, and until we meet again in Black Friday or in Christmas, I don't know, be creative, be consistent.